we've got a calling question from Dakota. Hey there, Dakota. What's your question tonight?
Hey, Dakota.
Hey, yeah, so I was one of the unfortunate ones that got pulled over and unfortunately got arrested for DUI. And I was wondering what's going to happen to me? What does my punishment look like? What are my next steps?
Well, I guess that's probably about the most common question we can get and it's a good question because we don't know. It depends on how many DUIs, it depends that you may or may not have had before, and it depends on what the certain circumstances are, how intoxicated, can depend on the officer himself, but there's potential for jail time, heavy fines, classes, interlock devices, there's all sorts of different possibilities, and I don't mean this self-serving, but if you get arrested for a DUI, you better go see a lawyer.
Yeah, you can even get in trouble, right, if you don't cooperate fully with the officer if he asks you to submit and take a breathalyzer, right? You can lose don't you lose your license for a period of time?
Yes, we have what's called the implied consent statute in Alabama, which basically it means when you get a driver's license, you implicitly consent to take any breath test or not necessarily field sobriety test, but you agree to take a breath test. So if you don't take that, then the Department of Public Safety can try to administratively suspend your license.
So it's not automatic, it's something that there's a process?
Yes.
Can they use a lawyer like you to help with that process?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We routinely will represent people on the administrative side of things. In fact, typically we will actually file a lawsuit against the Department of Public Safety to try to stay the suspension of a driver's license until that case has actually made its way all the way through court. It's a separate track, actually, Bill. It's a track of we've got a criminal case at the same time as a civil case, and they obviously are interlinked, but they have grave implications.
Yeah, we typically, if we have an automobile accident that involved someone that had been drinking, typically we will allow that process to take place because it makes the value of the personal injury case much more, because now you have a conviction. So a lot of times we'll wait for people like John and all that to do the criminal part, and then based upon whether they're, did he get off on the conviction? Did they find him not guilty? Or if they get a conviction, again, it does raise the value of the case quite significantly.
Yeah, and I guess is that just due to the reckless nature of why the injury was caused in the first place?
Yeah, it really, if when you break it down, you've got, and we'll talk about it more after the commercial, but you've got compensatory damages and punitive damages. On compensatory, it's just somebody made a mistake and caused an accident. On punitive, somebody was doing something they know they should not have been doing and they caused an injury. Drinking and driving, passing on the double yellow line, driving 150 miles an hour, that's reckless behavior, and that makes your value go up.
All right, well, to ask a legal question of your own, you can call Bill right now, 251-463-0708. You can also send him a text at that same number, and you can visit lawcall.com/mobile to email us or to watch clips of the show.